If you have children, do you force them to play a sport or do you let them sit inside and play video games? Would you rather take the time to cook them a healthy meal or just drive through McDonald's? You may not think about your decisions often, but you probably should. Today I'm going to discuss childhood obesity and how serious it is in today's world. The three main points I'm going to discuss are the causes of childhood obesity, the risk factors, and how to prevent it. Childhood obesity is a rapidly growing health problem in the United States. Over the past 2 decades, the number of obese children has doubled and the number of obese adolescents has tripled. According to the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey of 2003 to 2006, 31.9% of children and teens were overweight and 16.3% were obese. This means that more than 12 million American children are either overweight or obese. Now that you have an idea of how rapidly growing and alarming childhood obesity is, I'd like to start by introducing the causes of this topic. Although causes may vary, I chose to tell you about the three that I think are most important. The first being the environment in which children are surrounded by and the major role it has in shaping the habits and perceptions of children and adolescents. A large contributor is television advertisements that provide unhealthy foods and eating habits. According to obesity.org, it is estimated that approximately 40 to 50% of every dollar that is spent on food outside of the home in places like restaurants, fast food restaurants, and cafeterias. Yes, grabbing something quick to eat may be the easier option, but it is not the healthier option. The next cause I'd like to discuss is the lack of physical activity. Children who do not exercise are much more likely to gain weight because they are not burning as many calories. A huge factor as to why the amount of exercise in children is decreasing is due to the increase of computer and electronic use. According to kidshealth.org, current guidelines recommend children over the age of 2 years old should get at least 60 minutes of activity a day. School-aged children spend most of their days in school, so they get most of their physical activity at recess or physical education classes. Rather than watching TV or playing video games after doing homework, encourage your children to go outside or be involved in a team sport. The final cause I would like to discuss and that I found most important is poor dietary habits. Over the past few decades, the average amount of calories consumed per day has dramatically increased. This also means a decrease in proper nutrients needed for a healthy diet. One reason for the increase of amount of calories consumed is increase of portion sizes. According to the CDC, research shows that children eat more without realizing it if they are served larger portions. This happens at places like sit-down and fast food restaurants, grocery stores, and vending machines. Feeding your kids fast food is just a quick and easy way to feed them rather than preparing a healthy meal. There are many risk factors that come with childhood obesity. Childhood obesity is troubling because the extra pounds often lead to children to health problems that usually occur in adults. Obese children have been found to have risk factors for cardiovascular disease, including high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and abnormal glucose levels. According to letsmove.gov and a sample of 5 to 17-year-olds, almost 60% overweight children had at least one cardiovascular disease risk factor, and 25% had 2 or more cardiovascular disease risk factors. Along with poor physical health, this can lead to early social discrimination and cause a child to have low self-esteem. Finally, I'm going to share ways to prevent childhood obesity. Parents play a major role in taking proactive measures to get and keeping things on the right track. Limit TV time to less than 2 hours a day. This will get your child off of the couch and also less time exposed to food advertisements. When it comes to a child's diet, limit eating out, control portion sizes, and eat as a family. To keep active, encourage your children to play outside or join a team sport. It is also very important to educate your children and set a good example for them. It is very important to educate your children in this subject, that way they don't develop serious health issues that can follow them into adulthood.